Jeep has just dropped a bombshell and the shockwaves are ripping through the entire car market. This isn't just a company struggling, it's an industry-shaking disaster that no one saw coming. From plummeting sales to jaw-dropping layoffs, Jeep is teetering on the brink of chaos. The numbers are devastating, the decisions are controversial, and the implications are absolutely massive for workers, buyers, and the industry at large. But how did Jeep, one of America's most iconic brands, end up in such a dire situation? What mistakes have been made? And how is it all about to explode? Most importantly, what does this mean for you? Let's dive into the entire mess. Jeep, a brand synonymous with adventure, resilience, and American heritage, is now caught in a storm of its own making. For decades, Jeep was the go-to choice for those seeking rugged reliability and off-road capability. But recent decisions by Stellantis, Jeep's parent company, have sent shockwaves through the automotive world. The trouble began with Stellantis's financial results for the past 6 months. The numbers are shocking. A staggering 42% drop in stock value and a nearly 50% decline in profits compared to the same time last year. These aren't just red flags, they're glaring sirens of an impending collapse. On dealership lots across the country, the problem is visible in rows upon rows of unsold Jeeps. The Gladiator, once a shining star in Jeep's lineup, has seen a 21% decline in sales. Even the iconic Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models are struggling to find buyers as price tags continue to climb to levels that are simply unsustainable for most consumers. One of Jeep's most significant issues lies in its pricing strategy. Over the past few years, Jeep has attempted to position itself as a luxury brand, charging premium prices for vehicles like the Grand Wagoneer, which can cost over $100,000. Even the base Sport S trim starts at $55,000. These prices are out of touch with a market increasingly focused on affordability. But it's not just about price, it's also about volume. Stellantis has overproduced vehicles leading to a massive inventory backlog. Dealership lots are filled with unsold Jeeps, and the problem is only getting worse. For consumers, this means plenty of discounts and incentives in the short term. However, for Stellantis, the financial strain of unsold inventory is becoming unbearable. To cope with the glut, Stellantis has implemented drastic measures, including cutting shifts at production plants and laying off hundreds of workers. The Detroit River Yard plant alone has seen layoffs impacting over 400 employees. These moves highlight the severity of the situation and raise questions about Stellantis's ability to recover. Jeep's struggles don't just impact the company. They affect consumers, workers, and the automotive industry as a whole. For buyers, the current situation may seem like an opportunity to snag a deal on a Jeep. But in the long run, the company's instability could lead to fewer choices and higher prices. For workers, the layoffs and plant closures are devastating. Entire communities rely on the jobs created by Stellantis, and the economic ripple effects of these layoffs will be felt far and wide. For the industry, Jeep's woes serve as a cautionary tale about the dangers of misjudging consumer demand and market trends. Jeep's current struggles are deeply rooted in strategic missteps by Stellantis. These miscalculations have left Jeep at odds with its core identity and its loyal customer base. For decades, Jeep stood for rugged durability and off-road capability. It wasn't about luxury or premium features, it was about vehicles that could tackle any terrain. The Jeep Wrangler, with its no-nonsense design, became a symbol of adventure. However, Stellantis seems to have lost sight of this ethos in its pursuit of higher margins. Models like the Grand Wagoneer were introduced with price tags rivaling Mercedes-Benz and BMW, while the Grand Wagoneer offers opulent interiors approaching the territory of luxury trucks like the Ford F-150 Limited. When a company misjudges its pricing strategy, the consequences are far-reaching. Jeep's decision to price its vehicles as luxury items has created challenges for dealerships. Across the United States, lots are filled with unsold Jeeps. Dealerships struggle to move these vehicles even with aggressive discounts. The problem isn't just the price, it's the perceived value. Consumers expect luxury experiences when paying luxury prices, But Jeep doesn't carry the cachet of Range Rover or Audi. This inventory glut has forced Stellantis to cut production shifts and lay off workers. In Detroit alone, over 400 workers have been laid off. These decisions are painful for workers and damaging to Jeep's reputation as a resilient brand. Another critical factor is the erosion of consumer trust. Jeep's loyal customer base, passionate about Wranglers and Cherokees, now questions the brand's values. High prices and a shift toward luxury have left enthusiasts disillusioned. Competitors like Subaru, Ford, and Toyota are capitalizing on this by offering affordable off-road capability. The Ford Bronco, for instance, has captured the adventurous spirit Jeep seems to be drifting away from. Stellantis' leadership under CEO Carlos Tavares faces intense criticism. The company's stock has dropped 42% in 6 months, and profits have fallen nearly 50%. Critics argue Stellantis' European leadership is out of touch with the American market. Tavares' cost-cutting measures have yet to yield results, creating uncertainty among employees and investors. Jeep's struggles unfold against broader economic challenges. Rising interest rates, inflation, and supply chain disruptions affect the entire industry, but Jeep's missteps make it especially vulnerable. Consumer preferences are shifting toward affordability and fuel efficiency, squeezing profit margins on large SUVs. Electric vehicles, or EVs, are also reshaping the market. Jeep's plug-in hybrid Wrangler 4xe shows promise, but its high price limits accessibility. Transitioning to EVs requires significant investment, adding to Stellantis' financial strain. The road ahead for Jeep is fraught with challenges. To recover, Stellantis must reconnect with Jeep's core identity, ruggedness, and accessibility. Affordable, capable vehicles like the Wrangler should remain central to the lineup. Pricing strategies must balance aspirational and accessible tiers, offering entry-level trims and premium options. Inventory management needs a comprehensive overhaul to align production with demand. Embracing electrification is crucial, but Jeep's EVs must retain off-road capability. Innovations like advanced safety features and modular designs should complement the brand's adventurous spirit. Rebuilding consumer trust requires transparency and community engagement. Initiatives like off-road events and loyalty programs could reconnect Jeep with its audience. Globally, Jeep can leverage its presence in Europe and Asia by tailoring models to regional preferences. Smaller SUVs for Europe, rugged options for emerging markets. Jeep must also address long-term sustainability, anticipating trends like autonomous driving and environmental regulations. Using recycled materials and improving efficiency could enhance appeal to eco-conscious buyers. In conclusion, Jeep stands at a critical juncture. Strategic decisions now will determine its future. By balancing heritage with innovation, Jeep can reclaim its place as a leader in the automotive industry. The question remains, can Jeep adapt and thrive, or are its best days behind it? The answer lies in Stellantis' willingness to listen to its customers, embrace change, and stay true to the adventurous spirit that made Jeep an